Hey guys, Ty here, Octane Motorworks. Today I want to show you some of my favorite backpacks and why I like them so much. Some of these are really old. My wife says I have a problem with buying backpacks and it's put me on lockdown, but the truth is, you can't ever have too many backpacks, and let me show you why, so let's get to it. Well, let's get started with this one. This one here is the Osprey Switch 16, and this has really been a go-to bag for me, and I don't really know why. I think it has to do with the fact that it's just a pretty small bag. It's not that big. It's only a 16 liter, but it has really good material. It's a little bit thicker, kind of more of a winter bag. It's got a zip-up sleeve here on the side for your water bladder hose, and then it holds your water bladder inside with the pass-through. And so I've used this one a lot for snowboarding, and I like it because it just is small, has enough space just for what you need, kind of has a big opening in the top to throw whatever. Usually throw maybe an extra insulated layer there when I'm going snowboarding, but I tend to grab this bag anytime I need a bag just to throw a few things in, and I don't want a big bag with me. So this one is become just kind of a go-to that I always just grab whenever I need to carry something decently small. So that one, one of my favorites. While we're on the topic of snowboarding, one of my other bags that I used to use snowboarding is this one. This is the North Face Onyx, and this one is pretty old. This one's over 20 years old, and I don't know if you can see in the camera, but it does have quite a bit of wear or dirt, and it's probably more dirty than anything. But the fabric has really held up over time. This is an excellent quality bag. What I liked about this one for snowboarding is that it's very narrow. Keeps it right on your back. It still has some height, and I have used this one for winter camping before. If you can go fairly lightweight, but really not quite enough space for camping. But it's got kind of this harder material, abrasive material on the backside, so you could put in your crampons or something like that if you had, cinched down with this little bungee system. The other nice thing is this would flip down, and it has a little pocket, so you could actually throw a snowboard on the back here, strap it in between these straps, put the tail down here, and then it would go up. Or skis, or even snowshoes. I've done snowshoes on here before. If you're snowshoeing in, and then you have your snowboard on your back, and then you can click in going downhill. So the other thing I've used it maybe if I'm just going to resort, I've put my shovel in here in case you get stuck in some of the backwoods stuff. So that's really nice for that. Also has some abrasive material here. Inside it does have your typical bladder sleeve, a couple mesh pockets here, and this pocket here is a little bit of a padded pocket, and you can use that for sunglasses. When I first started running this will give you an idea of how old this is. I ran a Sony Walkman CD player up in here, and it's kind of shaped that way. So it was like a 10-second skip protection, if you remember those. Kind of crazy that we don't have to worry about that anymore, but I used to run this a lot to listen to the tunes on the slope. And then it did have a pocket up top where you could put, something you need to access easily. And the strap system was really nice, good harness, and that's why I liked it for snowboarding. So another great winter bag. I don't think they sell this one anymore. A lot of these bags you're not going to find anymore just because they're old, but just some things to look for, at least for me, if you're looking for a winter bag like this, something you're going to take snowboarding or skiing. Slender, keep it tight to your body so you're not sticking out and hitting trees or whatever. And then some of this abrasive resistant material, I should say, for crampons or other gear you might want to strap to that. So that's that one. Here's another favorite. This one's probably over 20 years old as well, and they actually still sell this one. This one is the kitchen sink from Oakley. I mean, and you look at it, it just has all the stuff. It has these big latches, you know, a little bit of a heavy bag. I used this one getting through college, had all my books in my back and my computer and whatnot in here. It does have this flap here with a bunch of pockets for organization. So you could put all sorts of smaller things here, keep them organized. But this pocket goes pretty deep down by these D-rings, all the way to the bottom of those D-rings. So you can really stack a lot of stuff in this bag. I've used this bag for overnighting before, and you'd be surprised how much stuff you can get in this bag. It does have a drain system on the bottom, on this bottom zipper, so you can put, you know, wet items in here. Say you went swimming or something, you can throw your swimsuit in here, or maybe your dirty shoes or whatever. And then it does have a couple drains here at the bottom to let any of that moisture out but not affect the rest of the bag. So that's was a kind of handy feature. It has these side pockets too, and these pockets fit. For me, I end up using a lot of cords inside here, so that was kind of nice. Kind of kept them tight onto the side. And then it has this nice, kind of harder material case in the top for your Oakley sunglasses, or anything you just didn't want to get smushed. It kind of just has a little more rigid feel to it, and does have a pass-through, so again, you could put your Sony Walkman in there. It does have the bigger compartment, and the one thing about this one, and it's a pretty big compartment, and then it does have the laptop sleeve. And the one thing I liked about this one, when I was going to school using this one a lot, is that it does support a 17-inch laptop. And at the time, I did have a 17-inch MacBook that I was running, and so it fit nicely in here. And it also has, on this side, a side access sleeve to the laptop. So you could just slide it in here, like that. Because I'm a pack rat, I still have my 2007 17-inch MacBook Pro. And you can see, if I just slide, I could just slide it right in the side here. Easy access to that. So, great bag. A lot of features. A little heavy. If you're looking for something that's a little more lightweight, that bag is not for you. But it does look cool. It has a lot of attachments. I don't know what you're going to use these D-rings for. Maybe if you're going to tow another student out of their side. I don't know. It just looks cool. But like I said, they are heavy, so not a lightweight bag, but definitely functional. Pretty cool bag. Next up is this bag from REI. I don't even know what the model of this one is. I don't know that they sell it anymore. This is the winter bag that replaced my North Face Onyx. What I liked about this one is I tended not to carry my snowboard on the back, right, because I'm riding it, but I did like to have my crampons or something like that. This has outside pocket. Well, the other thing nice about these zippers, they are sealed. There are those sealed waterproof zippers. And then inside of here, I have my crampons. And it's kind of got a abrasive resistant material on the bottom there. So I have mine in the bag, but if you didn't, then you could still have them in there. So I like that. It kept those out of the elements and sealed in there, but still inside the pack. So I like that feature a lot. It does have a lot of tie down loops for securing other items, like these little loops here. You could put your ice axe, and you could put, you know, some poles or whatever else you needed to carry. That is really handy. This one does have, you know, a upper compartment in here with a couple zippers inside of there. Looks like I've got another bag of sorts here. Looks like a dry sack that I'd keep in there. The one thing one of the things I didn't like about this pack is that if it's not full, this top piece really slides down, and then it kind of goes down like this, and then it exposes this little stuff sack zip section of it. So this pack really works well when it's full, but if it's empty, which is not always full when you're boarding or doing any snow activities, and so that was kind of annoying. I actually like the North Face Onyx for that reason, because there's nothing that slid down. It's just kind of all self-contained. This is the only annoying thing about this. Other than that, this pack is great. And then it just does have this little compression sack here on the top. And you know, I have my helmet, my other gear in here. And I usually just store all my stuff in this bag, grab it, you head to the resort. But then when you take all that stuff out, that's when it becomes empty. And so from that standpoint, you know, while I'm riding, the Onyx I like better, or even the Switch. And I probably use that Osprey Switch 16 more than anything while I'm on the slopes, just because it's so much smaller to deal with. But this has kind of been at least my go-to storage bag for it. And if I was doing more backcountry and wanted a little bit more gear, with keeps more layers in with me, this is probably still a go-to pack, as long as I can keep it full enough to keep this up. And it doesn't have to be real dense equipment in there. It could just be something like a big down jacket that you put in there, just in case it's cold. Just enough of just that alone will hold it up. So it doesn't take much, but it is annoying when it's sliding down. So that's another great pack overall. Okay, let's move on to this one. This is the Sea to Summit hydraulic dry pack, 120 liters. This thing is massive. I don't know why I needed this, to be honest. I mean, who needs a 120 liter pack? I don't do a lot of river running or anything like that. I kind of just wanted it looked cool. I wanted a bag that I could kind of put all my beach gear in. Take a day to the beach with the family and just have all our towels and equipment here, and take one bag down to the beach and make it easy. Ends up being so big that it's probably not that usable. It obviously rolls down as much as you need it, and I think that's why I went with the bigger one, right? Is because you can roll the sack down all the way to the shoulder straps and reduce the size. So, but it's still a very large pack. But I have a thing for dry packs lately, and I can't get over it. They're amazing. Just to be able to keep your gear dry no matter what, completely waterproof. If you want something like this, it's a dry sack that has shoulder straps. You know, maybe you're into kayaking, river running, want to throw this on the back of your kayak. I've done that before. It works pretty good. And then it's easy to pick up and go. So I would still get this, having straps over one that doesn't, just to make it carry easier, especially when you've got such a big pack. So if you're looking for something like that, the dry sacks, I love Sea to Summit, great brand, have a lot of options when it comes to dry bags. Speaking of dry bags, here's a new one, new addition. This one is from Ozark Trail. Ozark Trail, I think it's called the Spring River. It's a Walmart brand, and I'm really surprised. You can pick one of these up pretty cheap at Walmart. I just happened to be cruising down the store, saw this, like, wow, this is kind of cool. This ended up, you know, I was thinking kind of like a bug out vehicle bag or something like that, emergency bag. It was a little bit small for my needs, but it ended up working really well for my daughter's bug out bag. So that's what she's got in here. And we just know it's going to stay dry. So simple pack, not really a lot of features. It does have this kind of sealed zipper on the outside for a few items if you want to put in there, and then the rest of it is just one big dry bag. But it actually fairly comfortable, and for the cost, I just don't think you can beat it from a dry sack. You're going to spend a lot more money on something like a Sea to Summit which are outstanding, phenomenal bags, no question. But this is going to do the job. It still is going to keep it sealed, and you can pick up one of these really cheap at Walmart. So if you're looking for in the market for something to just maybe throw in your car, keep some goods in there you want to stay dry, some extra equipment, great bag. Highly recommend that one, especially for the price. What's up next is this one from Mountain Hardwear. This is the Drifter. I don't know that they make this one anymore. This one is kind of nice. It has some more abrasive resistant material on the bottom here, pretty thick. This one I've actually kind of dedicated to my rock climbing gear. And the reason why, and for those that may be into rock climbing, you have a lot of gear, maybe if you're into have a bunch of trad gear or something like that. What I loved about this pack is that it opens up really wide. It has this kind of zipper that goes along all the edge, and the whole thing can open it really deep. So I've got my rock climbing helmet in here, my harness, and then my shoes and gear, all in here. I'm not going to pull all that out, but just kind of stuff it in there. There is a sleeve here for a water bladder if you want to do that. I never put one in this bag particularly. I usually just cram in my climbing gear and run it. It does have a little pouch inside, Velcro pouch inside. It's kind of soft material for any devices you don't want damaged easily. And then it does have a top zipper with a little keychain clip. And so I've usually kept like maybe some extra paracord or kind of cordage in the top, easy access. And then this is really just a bag to carry all my gear to the climbing site. Back when I was using this bag a lot, I would just keep this in the back of my car with all my climbing gear. And I usually would have a Nalgene bottle of water too that I'd stuff in the side here. And then after work, we just head up to a local canyon and do some climbing with some friends. And so this one worked really good for that. It also has this handle on the outside, which made it nice for climbing because you could just grab it and kind of pick it up like a duffel and take it over to maybe the next wall that you were doing. So nice bag, great for climbing. I'm sure there's a lot of other applications for this bag, just like any bag. But the main thing I was looking for when I was looking for a climbing bag is something that really opened up wide so you can get to all your gear, because you just kind of have a mess of gear that you throw in here. So that's what worked for me. I'm not sure if this one's still available, but just the features to look out for when you're trying to look for a bag specific. And that's what this is all about. I have a lot of bags because you find a bag that works specifically for something that you want to do, and there's no reason to have to unload that pack and reload it with something else. So you might as well just get one that's specific to that usage, use it for the best features it has there, and then get something that's more specific features for the next adventure or thing you're trying to do with that pack. So great option here for a climbing bag for me. Up next is a couple soft bags. These packs, I don't love them, but they can come in handy. So this particular one is the Flash 18 from REI. And then this one, very similar, is a Cotopaxi. This one is the Batak 16. And similar bags, the main thing is they've got really soft, lightweight material, and you can kind of pack these up. You can wad this into a ball. This one, same. These are both the Flash from REI. This one's obviously 18 liters, so it's a little bit bigger than this one. But what I like about these bags, and I have several of these, is what I'll do is I'll just wad this up and throw it in another pack. And maybe you're going on a trip and even if you had like a roller bag, just a standard travel bag, you get there and then you don't have anything to carry your stuff when you're going out on day adventures. And that's what I love these packs for. What I grab, if I had the option to grab my Switch 16, I'd probably grab that over it, but that doesn't pack down. Like I said, that's a thicker material, harder. You couldn't pack it down, it's more rigid. And so these bags come in really handy. There's a lot of options out there for these type of bags. Not going to be a lot of support, but to throw a few through items in, and again, especially when you're traveling and you need that extra pack and you want to take it with you, get something that can compact down. So this is pretty much just a straight up opening. There's a few little mesh pockets in here and a bladder pocket. The bladder doesn't have that much support, so I think it's kind of hard to run a bladder in these types of bags, but it does work. And the best thing about these bags is the convenience of being able to take an extra bag with you. So some options that I have that I use frequently, and you know, there's a lot of other options that you could check out too, but look for a soft bag if you want something to take an extra bag with you. Kind of handy. Let's talk duffels for a minute. So this one's called the Hydra Duffel. I think you can still get this one now, and it's kind of a PVC material, pretty heavy duty. What I've liked about this bag is it's kind of got this, it's not totally waterproof, but this soft, this kind of rigid material on the bottom. It kind of forms the bottom of that duffel, which is kind of nice. What I end up using this one for is if I want to grab just a bunch of gear and throw it in the back of my car. It's kind of nice. The shape of this one makes it really easy to pack around. You know, just to add some things in this bag means really just one standard compartment. And honestly, you've probably seen a lot of my bags, I prefer just one big compartment. There's some bags that it's nice to have some of that organization, separation, but you don't really use it all the time. I mean, like if it's a day-to-day bag, maybe like the Oakley kitchen sink, or maybe this silent bag that I'll show you, it's nice to have some of that organization. But a lot of times when you're looking at especially when you're looking at a duffel, you just want to throw all your gear in it. And so this does have a mesh pocket at the top. You could put some things up there that if they're fairly thin, and then I just threw in, you know, a couple tents into here just to kind of fill it up. And so this one would work really good if you're just trying to throw some gear into the back of a car to do some car camping. And so that one's coming pretty handy. Now, probably my favorite duffel is this base camp duffel from North Face. I don't know that you can get this color anymore, but these are still available. Great bags. This is the size large, which is a little bit smaller than that Hydra duffel. Same type of PVC material. It's a little more rounded shape. It has a little bit of that same abrasive material, anti-abrasive material on the bottom. However, it's not is forming. So that Hydra duffel stays in its shape. This does conform more with the contents. So it's more about how you pack this one. But this is just a really good go-to. I've loved this one. It does have straps on it, so you can run it like a backpack. I use this bag for a 10-day trip to Guatemala, and I had more enough space for my camping gear in here. I had to be a little bit more lightweight, but I did check the bag. So if you want to try using this as a carry-on, the large is a little bit big. It's not going to fit when you have it full of items. So if you go with the medium size duffel, North Face Base Camp duffel, then as long as you don't pack it completely full, you'll be able to easily put it in the overhead bins on an airplane. So it's rugged, it's nice. The handle on the side here, so you can just carry it like a piece of luggage, and then you can throw it on your back. And then it does have, you know, one zipper on the end. And what I end up kind of using this for, this is my go-to duffel when I'm just going, even if I'm just going to a hotel or something, I just need to grab some stuff. You know, me and my wife could put both of our stuff in here, no problem. Sometimes the whole family, we can fit all our gear in here, just if it's just clothing, you know. And I'll kind of use this end compartment for dirty clothes. So as you working out of your clean clothes compartment, everyone's kind of using this one. then I just rotate them into here, and it will kind of pack down into the other space too, so you can kind of utilize that to separate dirty clothes from clean clothes. So I really like this bag, and I use this anytime I need a duffel. I grabbed it. This is my go-to duffel. If I was gonna put some gear in the back of the car, I'd probably go for the Hydra Duffel, just because it's a little bit larger, has that forming bottom where it kind of stays rigid. But if I just need to grab a duffel, this is usually my go-to. Love these. Again, if you want to travel with these, maybe check out the medium instead of their large. There is some different sizes, a small, and there's an extra large, I believe, as well. So just kind of whatever suits your needs. And then there's also some strapping, see on the side here, where you can kind of cinch it down. And then there's some hooks here if you want to attach anything on the outside. So it comes in really handy. Great duffel. Highly recommend this one. Let's talk about this one for a minute. I just love Osprey packs, and I don't do a lot of backpacking anymore. This is a great backpacking one. I'm not going to go into the specifics of this one, really. This one's the Aether 60, so 60 liter. Has your typical features on it, but just in terms of having a backpacking bag, Osprey has some great features, and they're probably one of my favorite brands for that type of pack. There's a lot of packs in that space. REI, Gregory, there's a lot of great brands there, but Osprey, for the price, I feel like they have kind of some of the best bag. This one's got this airflow system on it to keep your back less sweaty. Great harness system. You got to find, when you're into backpacking, you got to find a bag that fits you comfortably, and that's what it's all about. So, my best recommendation for backpacking bags is to go to REI or, maybe another retailer similar to them and try on their packs and weigh them down. They usually have some weights that you can put in and some equipment they'll let you stuff in there and walk around with it and try it out, because every bag's going to fit everybody differently. And when it comes to hiking and backpacking, it's all about comfort and what you can reasonably carry. And so size it to you, to your body type, and to the weight that you want and the amount of stuff you want to carry. Also consider the size. Now, I could carry a much bigger pack than a 60, but I purposely do this so that I reduce the amount of gear I take, trying to be as ultra lightweight as possible. And I tend to take more stuff than I need anyway, just from a preparedness standpoint. But if you size your bag too big, you will fill it up, guaranteed. Back when I was kids, we were doing a lot of backpacking. It became a joke that I had a bigger pack than everyone, and my brother and my dad would just sneak stuff in there. So I get up to camp and I end up having this big full-size pan, or they hid the raft in my pack. I mean, okay, I obviously knew if a raft was in my pack, but it became a joke that I had this bigger pack, and so they would just kind of hide stuff in there and then laugh about it when I carried it all the way up the mountain. So I learned from that mistake, and now I get smaller packs so that can't happen. So again, definitely find what works for you and go try some on if you want to get a good backpacking pack, but a lot of options out there for that. Let's talk about this one from Nomadic. Now, Nomadic has some amazing packs. They do a lot of stuff around the travel space, and this one is the travel. I think they call it the travel bag. It's kind of a hybrid between a backpack and a duffel. It's got the anti-abrasive material on the bottom of the duffel, so if you want to hold it this way, and these straps come up like this, and you can hold it like a duffel bag. This is designed to fit perfectly for a carry-on for TSA, for air travel, and you could probably get 3 to 4 days out of this pack. And then it does have, the arm straps there, so it's kind of nice. You can just grab these, convert it to a duffel, and this has a lot of cool features. So on the top, all the zippers are really these nice sealed zippers, and inside here, this is a waterproof pocket, so that if you put, you could put an Nalgene bottle or something like that that might be wet, and it's not going to leak into the rest of your pack. So that compartment is really nice. This one is a bigger opening that opens up, and you can put some clothing or other items in here. I like to put a jacket in here because then I can easily reach a jacket out of the top if I need to. And then it has this other zipper right here that it has a soft fleece material inside of it, and this is a great pocket for sunglasses. On the side of this pack, it's got a couple lengthwise compartments that are pretty narrow. I've used these for maybe power cords for my devices that I carry with me, and here's a smaller one here, and then a little bit longer one right here. Really nice zippers. On the opposite side, it has a full-length compartment, and this has all your organization in it. It has an RFID blocking pocket, so you could put in, your wallet or your passport there. It's got some mesh pockets here, and then another nice zipper pocket that you can put some longer items down in there. This bag has come in really handy. I've used this a lot for traveling, and it's just really nice. It's kind of like the best of both worlds for having a duffel and a backpack. And the rectangle shape of it allows you to just set it upright like that when you're sitting at the airport waiting. You can access some of your things on the top. It also has, I'm going to open up this main compartment now. On the flap here, it has two fleece-lined sleeves, one for a laptop, one for a tablet. So you can put those in there. Easy to get to it if you do have it sitting upright like this. You can clearly open that easily, slide out your laptop, get your sunglasses, grab your jacket if you use it in the top pack. Maybe you put your water bottle in this waterproof pack at the top. Really thought out compartment layout on this bag. And then the main section here, I just threw a pillow in there. They have a lot of accessories too. The main section is just pretty much open. This is a shirt, like a collar shirt carrier. You can put several shirts in there, fold them up really nice. I won't demonstrate that, but and then they have a lot of packing cubes that are pretty nice. You can stuff your stuff in here, and then it has this expanded zipper that as you zip it up, it compresses your gear. So there's a lot of packing cubes and things out there like that, but it works really well with this bag specifically. And then the bottom compartment that kind of goes into the main compartment has a laundry basket attached to it. So you can pull this out, give a little laundry basket, hang in your hotel room, keep it there, and then you could just stuff this whole thing in and you go partially into the main compartment, kind of like I used the North Face duffel side pocket for, but this one even more so goes in here, and you can keep all your dirty clothes isolated from that. And then you could also put shoes in here, and so I can put all my shoes in here. And then it's also got some straps for the waist. So if you want to put waist straps on, have a little bit beefier straps for better load carrying capacity, those are great. I don't usually run those on it just because it makes it a little bit more bulky, and when you're shoving your bag up into the overhead compartment on an airplane, you get tripped up on straps and stuff like that. So I try to keep it as minimalistic as possible there. So this bag, in terms of a travel bag, is my absolute favorite. Like I said, you could probably do 3 or 4 days on this, depending on how lightweight. You might be able to take it further than that. You might be able to even do a week with it if you're really lightweight. Oh, the other nice thing it has is has a slot through here, goes all the way through here, and is designed to perfectly fit on top of your rolling carry bag. So if you have this in addition to your rolling bag, you can slide this on top, makes it really easy to carry down the airport. I usually don't travel with that much stuff, and so this has been sufficient for me, but if you need that extra capacity, you can do that. Or if you have a bag that you're checking while it's not checked and you're rolling it around the airport, you can slide this on easily. So great travel bag, probably one of the best that I've come across. Another great pack is this Blade 20 from Arc'teryx. Now, this one I have used, you know, it's a fairly small pack. It's a 20-liter pack. But I've used this for an overnight. Air travel overnight. Everything in this pack, including large headphones. And so it's the organization of this one is pretty impressive, the way it functions. I could do 2 days in this. 3 days is pushing it in this pack for me. But it has kind of this big opening on the side, kind of this rigid material across the back to keep it kind of form-fitting. And this is a pretty big area. What's nice about this area is it's got a sleeve right here that you could put a water bottle sleeve down there. It's got some organization pockets, you know, for maybe your electronics to separate them, and then just kind of this open area where you could throw cords and some other things like that, big headphones, etc. Really nice zipper to close that whole section up. Little zipper pocket here, which is great for keys and other items you want to get to quickly. It's got, on the back side by the straps, it's got this hidden zipper pocket behind the back section for documents such as your passport. So you could throw stuff in there, and then it kind of tucks the zipper out of the way and you can't even tell it's there. This does have this little strap here that you can put these in it, and you can kind of, you know, cinch those there if you just want to carry it by a handle here. Kind of keeps those straps out of the way. That's kind of nice. You know, I've always thought it with this one, it would be nice if you had, you know, a shoulder strap that you could kind of run it like a briefcase. If they added that, that would make this even more functional than it already is. But just to be able to grab it like that is really nice, and then pop out the straps. In the main compartment here, what's nice about this one is that it flips completely down for that TSA ease of use. It's got a main laptop sleeve here. It's got a tablet sleeve here, or cords. A lot of times I just put the cords if I just have my laptop. I'll put the cords kind of here. And then you can kind of pack stuff around here too. When this is zipped up, you could still get quite a bit of stuff in there if you needed to. But then what's nice is it's got this inner zipper for this section. And this is where you'd put your clothing. Pack in some shirts, pants, socks, things like that. And then you can just close this, zip it up, and then kind of just close it together. And so it would get fairly stretched out, you know, if I'm going for the full a 2-day setup. But the fact that I could literally keep everything in this small pack, and the organization is just really great on this one. Highly recommend it. If you're a lightweight packer and you do some overnights and want to just be ultra featherweight with your pack, this is a great option. You know, if you like to carry more stuff and you're still doing a night or two, maybe go with Nomadic. You're going to have more space. But to just keep it minimalist, this one's great. I use this one as my daily laptop bag as well, which is kind of nice because a lot of times I would leave a jacket inside of that inner compartment that you normally put your clothes. So I always have rain jacket with me when I have this pack, and it's been great. The only reason why this one got replaced is because of this, and I'm going to show you that one next. So this one is the Faraday Dry Bag from Silent Pocket. Now I looked this one up and I couldn't find it online again. I'll put a link to the one I found of theirs. This and they still have it, but they just didn't have this external pouch on the outside. So I'm just wondering, you know, maybe they changed their model line. The Silent Pocket, they have great bags. Like I said, it is the whole bag is a Faraday cage. So none of the electronic equipment that's inside of this bag can be accessed while this is rolled up. Similar shape to that Nomadic, a lot smaller package. I believe this is a 20-liter bag. On the outside, really nice sealed zippers. This outside compartment is not a Faraday section, but it does have some organization compartments, you know, for pens, a flashlight, toothbrush, things I may need on the daily. Glasses, extra Faraday pouch from Go Dark for my phone. So again, this section is not waterproof, but has pretty nice weather resistant zipper. And then this one right here, sleeve all the way down, not waterproof here, but does have a little RFID blocking pouch right inside of it. So I'll slide a lot of cables here, and then I'll put some items here like USB sticks and stuff that are easy to access there. And then the main compartment, before we go into the interior, the main compartment on the side, on the outside it has this little water ball sleeve that kind of snaps to itself to keep it nice tucked out of the way. So that part's nice. And it does have, like the Arc'teryx bag, it does have a hidden pocket here to keep some documents you want hidden behind there, or whatever you want. In my case, you know, I do have a concealed weapons permit, and I sometimes will keep my concealed inside of that compartment. Then in the main pouch, it's like any dry sack where you've got the roll-up section. But what's nice about this is when you roll it down, you can secure it to the sides, and it gives it a more modern, sleek look. So let's go into the interior. The interior of this pack is completely lined to be a Faraday cage as well as waterproof. And then I've got this organization system from them where you can put your laptop here, maybe another, you know, tablet here, and then you can fit your cordage and other things like that. I've got a full mag flashlight, a Bluetooth speaker. I've got my power cable, and then I've actually even got, you know, a Milwaukee M12 drill that I keep in here if I'm doing any work where I need that. So really nice pack. This is my daily go-to pack. Amazing bag. Okay, so let's talk bug out bags. This is my final bags here. So this bag is from Sandpiper of California. Now this is their 3-day pack. This was what I had set up as my bug out. Now they do have a bug out model, and it's a little bigger, and I think it would be a little bit more functional than this one. However, this bag worked really well for a bug out. It has this outside compartment that has some mole system on the outside. It's got a nice sleeve here where I would like, you know, I usually would keep a weapon system here, easy to access, and then it has this kind of pouch that opens up with a lot of great organization for all the stuff you might want to organize for bug out scenario. You know, on this outside pouch, I kept my med kit there, and then, you know, my weapon system, and then some organization of just bug out type stuff, also some food. And then it has another zipper inside with even more organization. Has some mesh compartments, some Velcroed flap compartments, another kind of mole system, strap system here. And then the main compartment had a bladder section, and then fairly large compartment. This is a great bag for that kind of setup. Only thing I didn't like about it is that I love the separation. I love all the organization of this pack. really made it easy to separate those sections of equipment, but it was not very comfortable to carry. This kind of bulged out towards your back and kind of arched your back, and it didn't have a great, I mean, the waist strap was okay, but it's not great for that kind of weight that you're carrying with this. So it's a great pack, and for most people, I think this would be a good scenario. Maybe go with a bug out model if you want something a little bit bigger. Definitely tactical, has the Velcro system here where you can put on your own patches. Definitely more of the military feel, but pretty rugged, great material, great packs from Sandpiper. But like I told you, I've been way into dry packs. This has been replaced by this Rig Gear Adventure waterproof pack. This pack has been outstanding so far. It's a PVC material. It has the more modern dry pack feel, like the Silent Pocket bag, where you can strap it on the side, but you can also, if you prefer, you could do the typical roll like this, which is nice. This is designed to be a tail pack on your motorcycle. So if you have one of those adventure type enduro motorcycles, you know, really keeps all the straps nice and tight against the side. It's got this vent system that allows you, and one challenge a lot of times with dry bags is that you go to roll it up. I'll do this. You go to roll it up and you capture a bunch of air in there, and it doesn't allow you to get it really tight. This has a valve on it that allows you to blow the air out and then tighten it up and take that air out. So nice feature there to really keep your bag compact. It's got the strap that goes over the top. You can secure that down, and then you buckle the sides down. A couple pouches on the side, big enough to hold, in this case I've got a water bottle, but it also will hold those fuel bottles from like MSR, where, you know, if you're on a motorcycle, you could carry that extra fuel, and a strap that holds that down so it doesn't fall out. On the outside here, it does have a clear waterproof map pocket out here, and then a bladder pocket for a small, like 1.5 liter water bladder if you want to put it in here. In my case, since I'm running the Yeti water bottle here, I didn't have a bladder that was this size. All my bladders were bigger, so I opted for the bottle. Currently I'm putting my weapon system right on the outside here, so it's easy to pull up this Velcro, reach in, and gain access to that. Because again, I'm using this as a bug out, not necessarily a tail pack for a motorcycle. It does have some webbing here that you can attach the webbing to, attach it to anything, including the motorcycle. Pretty good straps, fairly padded straps. Not the greatest waist belt as the Sandpiper, but it'll do the job. You can kind of keep it tucked out of the way, a little bit of padding here. And then on the inside, it's just one large compartment. And the way I've organized it is with separate bags inside of here. And that's how I've been separating out my gear, and I'll show you that. And you can see right on the top, I have some of my food here. And the only reason I've had it on the top, there is some things I'd rather access on the top, but I didn't want to crush any of the food. So, and if I don't need that here and I want to take that out, I can take that out if I have the food in my other vehicle or something. So I'll pull this out. So I have an extra dry sack here. This is a Sea to Summit dry bag. I've got, and again, this whole bag is waterproof, right? So you don't really need more waterproofing inside of this bag. However, I do it just to kind of organize, and I can make it modular and take things in and out. I've got some comms here, just a standard FRS radio. Then I've got, you know, the Baofeng UV5R with an extended antenna. That's pretty intense antenna. And then I've programmed in FRS channels here, as well as you can access other things, other stations on this as well, if you're licensed. This is a hammock from Sea to Summit. Again, I love this brand. I've used a lot of hammocks like this. I love how this one works. The system for hooking up to a tree or a pole is very nice, easy, really compacts into here. Small package, lightweight. This is single size. You know, I mean, this 12.7 ounces. This is super lightweight. Love this one. Then I've got this, just a med kit here, and this med kit I bought it pretty much with everything in it, and then I've added some things here like some trauma equipment, like a tourniquet. I could probably pop this open. This has a webbing system with some Velcro, so that you could attach this to a mole system and rip it off. Maybe put it on the back of your seat if you are traveling in your vehicle. This kind of folds out, so I've got some trauma dressings and some chest vents. Got a tray, added the trach here, and then I've got also the tourniquet there. So I've just kind of taken a standard med kit and kind of added some trauma equipment to that. I'm not an expert on how to set up this kind of stuff. I just kind of go with what seems practical to me. And then I've got just a knife, just a fixed blade knife. Nothing fancy, just bigger kind of survival knife. Got another mag light here, 3-cell LED. I've got my Jetboil stove. Got a can of fuel in there. And then I also have a couple extra cans, larger cans of fuel. This is isobutane. Couple sporks. I love this Snow Peak one. They're super lightweight titanium sporks, and I just picked up this one too. This one is a Sea to Summit, and it has a lengthened handle, and I think this works really well for those bags, bags like this where you need to reach in deep. So those work really handy for that. Got a life straw here for some water filtration. In the case of emergency, you can drink straight from the stream. I've got a pair of just REI binoculars, waterproof binoculars. Nothing super fancy, but just something if you need to get up on a tactical location and you scope out the area. That's handy for that. Toothbrush and some toothpaste. This is another Sea to Summit dry bag, and I just have extra clothing in here, underwear, socks, pants, shirts, stuff like there. This is kind of just a gear bag, and I'm not gonna go all through this, but basically I just have a bunch of random assorted gear: flashlight, batteries, lighters, some extra cables, things maybe for the comms, all keep in this bag. Again, I want to keep these bags in here so it's really modular. I can grab this bag, I kind of know what's in it. I'm starting to try to color code things, and I can just grab this and put it in a different bag if I need to. I do have this CPR mask kit that I kind of added to my packs, and I'll keep some of these in the car too in a different road bag, but this pack I usually keep with me in my car, so have that there handy. And then this is just a hydro pack. This is in case I needed a little extra space to hold some water. This kind of folds out and you can fit some water in there, so kind of nice. And then a few last things. There is like a little bit of a sleeve inside of there, and I just have a towel. And then this book's kind of funny. I like to read it sometimes when we're camping, but worst case scenario, survival handbook. Really practical information, but kind of delivered in a funny way. I mean, some of these are maybe not so practical. Wrestling an alligator, but breaking down a door, landing a plane, those things should be pretty useful. So fun book there. And that's pretty much my bug out. I think that's everything. Well, thanks for joining me today, and I hope you found this somewhat useful. Looking at all different types of bags and what kind of use cases they might fill for you. Just as an announcement, the store is online, octanemotorworks.com. Pick up your merch, a hat, a shirt. Let me know in the comments if you want to see different types of merch. Maybe we can set that up. So excited to have that going on, and anything you guys can do to support the channel. Really helpful to keep this content going. So again, hopefully you found this useful. Go grab some bags for yourself, load up with some gear, and get out there on your next adventure and fuel your passion.